52. Day 52, Cinco de Mayo. I hope you're celebrating whatever you typically do on Cinco de Mayo. I know it's the excuse for everybody in the U.S. to just go have a Mexican beer and drink tequila. And by golly, that's what we're going to do tonight. But the problem is we have freaking done so many great tequila drinks that I had to come up with something. So tonight you're going to learn about the Quarantine Matador Cocktail. So let's head on in. Blue Monkey Quarantina. Oh my gosh, the Quarantine Cocktail Show, Day 52, Cinco de Mayo. I mean, it's a drinking holiday for us. And on that note, allow me to open a couple of some Mexican lager. We're going with the Dos Equis this evening. Shall we? Cheers. Cheers to everybody out there. And here we go. So we're going to start there. So first of all, if we're going to talk about Cinco de Mayo, let's at least say what it really is. Because I don't know that everyone really does. And why would you? You go out and you get a shot of tequila and you call it a night. But here's what it is. May 5th, 1862. It is the Franco-Mexican War. And there was one particular battle, again, on May 5th. And it is when the Mexican army defeated the French. And it was the Battle of Puebla. And that was a celebration. Now, don't get this confused with Mexican Independence Day. That's September 18th. Or 16th, and that happened in 1810, many years later. But this was such a big victory. It's a sense of pride. And actually, what people say is that we celebrate it more in the U.S. than they actually even do in Mexico. But it's a great reflection on some Mexican heritage. And so I thought tonight we're going to do some tequila. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't have a handy pocket chart on tequila. But if anybody's interested in something like that, maybe we can do a special show just on tequila. You're going to have to let me know if that's something worthwhile. I think I could probably dig one up. Maybe even laminate it. Who knows? All right, so first of all, the one thing we're going to do tonight is we are going to at least give the overview of the difference between tequila and mezcal. And for anybody out there, I know there's a few of you, keep track of what I pronounce wrong. You can bash me on it. It's all good. I'm going to do my best. But here's what I can tell you. Tonight, we are going mezcal. Now, what's the difference? Okay, so tequila, a lot of people, mezcal has become very popular. And everybody thinks that mezcal is more of the specialty drink, when in fact, it's the opposite. Tequila is the actual specific drink. So tequila can only be made with not only just agave, but it has to be blue Weber agave. It's typically in only one area, and not only that, it specifically should be made in tequila, Jalisco. So that's a central area in Mexico. That's where tequila is made. Now, mezcal, on the other hand, can be made with any type of agave. So what's the difference then? Because technically, you could actually use blue agave and make a mezcal, but you can't use another agave and make tequila. Why do they taste different then? Well, it's kind of how they make it. So the agave plant, which inside this bottle, there's a pretty looking one made out of glass, right? So this is an actual tequila. Anyway, the agave plant, which looks like this giant cactus type thing, which is not a cactus, by the way. It's more like an asparagus plant. Another episode. I know, it's crazy. But here's how it works. When they take all of the fronds off of it, they're left with the middle piece that looks like that pineapple. When it's all done, it's called the piña. And that piña, if they steam it and then distill it, that's how you end up making a tequila. But if you smoke it, smoke the piña, and then distill it, you end up with a mezcal. And that's why the difference is. Now, the last piece in here, just so we're all in the same place, a lot of other tequila that's out there is called a mixto, which is a mix, which means all it is it has to be more than 51%. But a mezcal and a real tequila, they have to be 100% agave. Now, the other thing about tequila is, Shelby and I are going to just do a little mezcal shot here. Now, the shot. So, why do we drink, do a lime and salt and all that? Well, truth be told, that was because when shots were first coming about with tequila, the tequila was all mixtos, which means they were cheap and they were bad. And the only way you could really suck them down was if you did something like a lime and salt afterwards. A good, like this tequila, honestly, it's so smoky and you don't need it. Now saying that, because I love Shelby, and I want to make sure she will keep drinking with me always and forever, I'm going to cut a piece of lime, and Shelby and I are going to have our Cinco de Mayo shot real quick, and we will do it improperly. So, here we go, and cheers. So there's our shot. Again, it's so smooth. It's a good one. Now, a couple other things. Mezcal. There's always a rumor about the worm. So the worm actually is not part of tequila. It's part of mezcal. As a matter of fact, we got this one in Mexico specifically because it had, where is he? Hold on. There's a scorpion. Oh, there he is. And then there's a worm. It can either be a red worm or a white worm. And it's actually not a worm. It's a larva of a moth. So anyway, we're done with all that. What else? Okay, so our drink tonight. Actually, before we go, the shot glass. You know, it's kind of funny because people ask where did the shot ever come from. 3 different stories I'll give you real quick. Some people believe that a shot glass, because people don't typically just order shots. So, but where did the name shot glass come from? Some people think that it was from the 1900s. And what would happen in restaurants, when they would serve food, they would put a small glass in the middle of the table. And that glass was there, so if you found buckshot in your food because it was fresh, you had a glass to put your buckshot in. And that's where the name shot glass came from, later used for alcohol. Another good one is the fact that the actual person who made shot glasses, his name was Frederick Otto Schott, S-C-H-O-T-T, and he made small glasses among all of his different glasses, and one of the small glasses was named after him, and it was called the Schott, S-C-H-O-T-T, glass, actually Schott Glasware. He was German, and then got abbreviated in America into shot glass. Third one, last one. Military, they used to have a drink before they would sometimes go do things, and they would put them in heavy, small glasses. And when they would get done drinking it, they would slam them down, and it would sound like a shot. And they named it the shot glass from that. You can pick what you want, but whatever you pick, for God's sakes, just do a shot. Now, tonight, the Matador. So, this is a different drink than we've done. Obviously, I have to. And we're going to do it again with mezcal because, again, this gives every drink you'll do with tequila. You can take every drink you do with tequila, just change it to mezcal, and it'll have a better flavor, I believe. Now, the Matador. Here we go. Pretty easy drink. Now, there's 2 recipes. There's a very, very old recipe, actually from London. Now, that one we are not doing, but it was basically tequila, and it would have orange, carousel, and vermouth. And that sounds pretty fun, but that one actually never took off. This drink never really took off until he got to America. And there's a guy, all right, Victor Bourgeron, and he's known as Trader Vic. And I'm not going to tell you much more about Trader Vic, other than this guy, he made some fun drinks. But we got a whole program with him, another story about him later this week when I give you one of his more famous drinks. But he was the one who truly got this to be a drink. So 2 ounces of good tequila. Shelby, one more?
Mm-hmm.
She's in. Oh my gosh. We're getting thin on that. Then pineapple juice. Now, Trader Vic, this is about 70s. He kind of makes this to drink. By the way, it's 4 ounces. And he makes this drink. It becomes very popular. And again, I always like to say, how popular did it become? Well, some people say that actually it was already a thing because it was in the Jose Cuervo bar book. But when it really, really got big, and you knew it was popular, was after Trader Vic had it going. It got published in Playboy magazine. You know it's got to be good if it's making Playboy. All right, next thing, lime juice. Go with about 3/4 ounce for each one. We're just going to do 2 limes and call it a day. Last but not least, I know Trader Vic would have wanted it this way. If he would have had emergency, hell, if Hugh Hefner would have had emergency, it would have been in Playboy, I promise you. Emergency, thank you again, 52 days, not one sponsor. Add that into your mix. Turn around. I was afraid it wasn't going to fit. Give it a good shake. Oh, tequila. You know, look back. I mean, we've done 2 different margaritas. We did what?
Paloma.
We did the Paloma. There's another one we did. I'm trying to think.
Tequila Sunrise?
Huh?
Tequila
Sunrise. Oh, I'm gonna have to put a cross-reference. Get you some fresh ice now. That'll be mine. Good. Call that done. And then I'm gonna go right over top with. Now, some people will say that when you serve this, because it's supposed to be a little bit of a more fancy celebratory drink, if you will, the Matador. Some people will actually serve it neat and in a champagne flute. But you know what? It's not how we're rolling today. I'm not feeling that fancy. So we're gonna go right here. We're gonna pop that on the side. I'm gonna put that one on the side. And my gosh, you got yourself the Tequila Matador, quarantine style. Mezcal, oh. I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be one of my new favorites. I've never been a big pineapple alcohol fan, but it really, really works well. I gotta figure out how to squeeze my own pineapples. How does that sound dirty? So anyway, so for the rest of the night, I'm gonna figure out how, on this Cinco de Mayo, how to squeeze pineapples. Shelby, does that sound like, yeah, I'll leave that one alone.
As long as you keep pouring me those.
Folks, it's Cinco de Mayo. Go out, embrace it, have a nice lager, Mexican style, have some tequila, have some mezcal if you can. I'm telling you, that's going to be your new catch. And enjoy. And for that, stay 52. Everybody, talk to us when we're done. Love you all. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh my God, it's Monday, it's Tuesday, it's Whiskey Wednesday. We'll be ready. Love you, everybody.